Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Job transfer for all. Sign into Holy Angel at the beginning. Chapter 21. Qin Feng turned his head sideways and looked in the direction of the voice. Really? Watching Xiao Yan disappear, a cat demon went back and tried to attack Qin Feng and the others again. The speed of this cat demon is fast. The moment the call sounded, brush. He had already rushed to a place less than 10 meters away from Qin Feng, then exerted force with his hind legs, jumped into the air, and rushed towards Qin Feng. Evil animal. Court death. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, and raised his saber. In the end, there were bursts of words, and a burst of wonderful and complicated incantations were uttered. Explosive orb. Words fall. A sphere of holy light the size of a human head appeared out of thin air above the cat demon's head, and then fell down like a shooting star. Boom. The magic ball exploded directly on top of the cat demon's head. Directly blast the cat demon's head into pieces. Pooh. Blood spurted out like a fountain, and its body lost the power to charge forward, and fell to the ground with a thud. Gliding to the feet of everyone, and then slowly stopped. Tai Shi and the others looked at the cat demon's body, a little dazed. He opened his eyes wide and stood there blankly. This, isn't Brother Qin a warrior profession? The second child remembered the scene where Qin Feng killed the Elvis King just now, and asked suspiciously. Didn't Qin Feng use a knife? Now that he has come up with a mage's magic ball skill, what's going on? Dual cultivation of magic and martial arts. Is there a profession in this world that can cultivate both magic and martial arts? The second child felt that his head was not enough. That's right, when Brother Qin killed the Elvis King, he obviously used a sword. That's right, I'm not mistaken, the skill used is also a warrior's slashing skill. What's the situation? Everyone was a little dazed, and looked at Qin Feng with doubts on their faces. Qin Feng rubbed his nose, also a little dumbfounded, and said, I'm not a warrior or a mage, I'm a summoner. Didn't you see it when I summoned Xiao Yan? That beautiful woman with wings is my summoned creature. Quote ? Hearing Qin Feng's words, a row of question marks floated over the heads of the Iron Stone team. Which summoner profession has both fighter skills and mage skills? Shouldn't the summoner's skills only be summoned creatures, and auxiliary skills that strengthen the attributes of summoned creatures? And you, a summoner, killed an Elvis King in seconds with a sword. Is this reasonable? Several of our 14th and 5th level warrior professions have not been able to do it. You a summoner. The few members of the Iron Stone team feel that they are not very good. Qin Feng looked at everyone's expressions and pondered for a while. Why don't you tell them that I still have the healing skills of a priest? If I tell them, I'm afraid their hearts won't be able to bear it. It's also a pity that Tishi didn't know Qin Feng's inner thoughts. Otherwise, he would have to be directly shocked and fainted. As a summoner, you have all the skills of warrior, mage, and priest. Don't call your profession a hidden profession, just call it a priesthood. It's too perverted. Too crazy. Not far from everyone, on a tall tree trunk. The same was true for Shangguan Yu, who opened his mouth wide and looked extremely surprised. Since the group of cat monsters surrounded several people, Shangguan Yu was already standing there. Her original thought was, test Qin Feng's career potential. Then when Qin Feng and the others couldn't hold on anymore, rescue again. This is a good way to test out the value of Qin Feng's cultivation, and to gain a wave of Qin Feng's favorability, which can be said to kill two birds with one stone. But it didn't occur to me at all. Qin Feng first summoned a beautiful woman who was so beautiful that she felt a little ashamed of herself. You know, Shangguan Yu is also a big beauty at the school bell level in Shengjing University. Those who pursued her would probably be able to make a complete circle around Shengjing City. Moreover, Shangguan Yu is also extremely confident in her appearance, thinking that she is an extremely beautiful woman, and she is definitely at the top level in the whole summer. But the moment I saw Xiao Yan, Shangguan Yu's heart first had a strong sense of amazement, and then felt ashamed. The two are not on the same level at all, and they cannot be compared at all. Next, what shocked Shangguan Yu even more was that this big beauty actually killed all the cat demons with a direct skill. Shangguan Yu took a look at her own strength. At level 30, a second rank elemental archer, she thought that she would never be able to reach this level. It would take her more than 15 seconds to kill these cat monsters. And Xiaoyan took less than 5 seconds. But after investigation, Sheng Guanyu knew that Xiaoyan's level was only level 3, which was better than her second rank hidden profession. Sheng Guanyu didn't understand. At last, it is the combat power shown by Qin Feng. It was also beyond her imagination. Magic ball, super high physical fitness. All of them shocked her somewhat fragile nerves. That's all. Sheng Guanyu opened her small mouth almost unconsciously, and finished watching the normal battle with a dull expression. Then she reacted abruptly. Didn't I want to save Qin Feng and gain favorability? How do you feel that you have been brushed off by Qin Feng instead? Although Sheng Guanyu didn't want to, she had to admit that she had developed a great interest in Qin Feng. At the same time, she also decided that no matter how much it cost, she would turn Qin Feng, a pervert, into her apprentice. We must pull him into Shengjing University. Sheng Guanyu waved her powder fist, her expression extremely firm. Chapter 22. Brother Qin, don't refuse, open the treasure chest quickly. Tai Shi looked at Qin Feng and said. Okay then, Uncle Tishi, I won't be polite. Qin Feng knew that no matter how humble he was, these uncles would not accept this treasure box. He no longer declined. Put your hand directly on the treasure chest. Brush. A gorgeous light flashed. The treasure chest opened in response. A pitch-black armor appeared in everyone's sight. Qin Feng hastily threw an identification technique in the past. The attributes of the armor emerged. Safari armor, Safari suit 1/3. Grade. Bronze. Grade. 13. Strength. +1/4. Constitution. +2/1. Dexterity. +5. Category. Light armor, equipable. Safari suit, 3 pieces, increase the wearer's agility attribute by 5%. After seeing the properties of the armor, Qin Feng was very pleasantly surprised. It is worthy of bronze equipment. The 2 attributes of strength and constitution are very high, almost surpassing the wolf's sword. And this armor is also a suit of equipment. As long as Qin Feng collects 2 pieces of safari equipment again, the attributes of the suit can be successfully activated, increasing the agility attribute by 5%. Not much, but better than nothing. The only fly in the ointment is that Qin Feng's level is only level 12, so he can't equip this piece of equipment yet. Qin Feng, you're lucky. If this armor is put on the market, it will be worth at least 200,000 common coins. Tishi said with envy. If the 3-piece set can be assembled, the value can be increased by at least half, and the 3-piece set can be sold for at least 1 million common coins. Yes, Qin Feng, congratulations. You have gained a good piece of equipment. Congratulations. The rest of the people also sincerely congratulated. I was able to get this piece of equipment, and everyone has credit for it. Qin Feng smiled. Well, how about I form a team with everyone, and take everyone to upgrade, and it can be regarded as making up for everyone. Okay. Brother Qin is really loyal. Tai Shi patted Qin Feng on the shoulder, very happy. Led by Qin Feng, clearing this copy is a no-brainer. They can also follow behind to gain experience points. It was a worthwhile trip. Subsequently, Tishi then pulled Qin Feng into his team. After waiting for a while, Xiaoyan, who was chasing and killing the cat demon, flapped his wings from a distance and returned to the front of the crowd. A few members of Team Ironstone. It is inevitable that there will be another feeling of surprise in my heart. But there is no blasphemous thought in my heart. Xiaoyan is like a goddess in the sky, she can only watch from a distance but not play with it, and Xiaoyan saved several lives. Therefore, the few people were extremely respectful to Xiaoyan, and they almost wanted to confess her as a god. That is Qin Feng carelessly. The brothers seemed to put their arms around Xiaoyan, and said with a smile. How about it? All those beasts were killed. Xiaoyan didn't have any resistance to Qin Feng's intimate actions, on the contrary, he seemed to enjoy it very much. After rubbing Qin Feng's arm with his delicate little head, he said. Well, those ugly guys actually want to attack Brother Qin, Xiaoyan will naturally not let them go. Good job. Qin Feng scratched Xiaoyan's pretty nose and praised him. Then Qin Feng looked at everyone and said with a smile. Uncle Tishi, let's move on. We should have passed the territory of the cat demon, and the next step is the territory of the bullhead king. Yeah, Taishi nodded again and again, and turned around to ask, everyone cheer up and move on. Everyone also nodded, picked up their equipment again, and after sorting it out, followed Taishi and Qinfeng to move forward. Sure enough, it did not meet Qinfeng's expectations. Qinfeng and the others marched for nearly an hour. I didn't meet any cat demon again. It seems that either they were all killed, or those who were killed were afraid and did not dare to approach easily. Everyone moved forward for another half an hour. A place similar to a human village appeared in everyone's sight. However, this village is obviously different from a human village. That's because the village is too big, even Qinfeng can't see the whole village clearly from a high place. And the houses in this village are also too big. The height of the houses is almost more than 5 meters, and the floor area has reached more than 200 square meters. It can be seen that the monsters living in it should be of a very large type. Will Grandpa Dean be here? Qinfeng sighed, and then jumped down from the tree trunk. I briefly explained what I found with a few people. Brother Qin, what are your plans? Taishi pondered for a moment before asking, should we lure them out and kill them one by one, or should we sneak in and break them down one by one? Before we see the attributes of the Tauren, we should be more careful. Qinfeng thought for a while and said. In fact, the main reason. It was Qinfeng who was worried that Wang Chenghai was inside. Once a large-scale riot is caused, I'm afraid it will put Wang Chenghai in some dangerous situation. Yeah, Taishi nodded, then let's sneak in. Qinfeng was about to nod his head in agreement. Moo, moo. In the depths of the village, a deafening roar suddenly sounded. It broke the sky. Immediately afterwards, Qinfeng and the others saw it immediately. A Tauren with a dark red body, about 4 or 5 meters tall, standing in the shape of a human, got out of the house. They observed the direction of the sound, and then raised their axes and maces one after another. Howling, launched an impact in the direction of the sound. Like the tide, the mighty, huge body ran wantonly, and the ground felt like an earthquake. Plans are not as fast as changes. Qinfeng narrowed his eyes slightly. It seems that someone has reached the depths of the tribe and is fighting the Tauren king. We have to move faster. Chapter 23. Now that a decision has been made, the people will no longer hide. Straight out of the woods. Following behind the Tauren, they also rushed towards the depths of the village. During the charge, Qinfeng also observed the Tauren's attributes with appraisal. Battle Axe Tauren, Elite Monster Beast. Grade 17. Strength 42. Constitution 45. Speed 34. Spirit 23. Skills: War Stomp, Death Charge, Axe Slash. Open black lens bracket Iron Armored Tauren Close black lens bracket Elite Monster Beast. Grade 17. Strength 37. Constitution 54. Speed 32. Spirit 26. Skills: Charge, Taunt, Battle Drum Tauren Elite Monster Beast. Grade 18. Strength 28. Constitution 34. Speed 38. Spirit 55. Skill: Encouragement Active Skill, Beat the Drum, increase the strength attribute of all Tauren within 50 meters by 30%. Drum Shock Active Skill, Beat the Drum, emit a sonic attack, weaken all attributes of the enemy by 10%, and have a 10% chance to stun the enemy for 1 second. Good guy. What a perfect lineup. The front row, fighters, and support are all there. Coupled with this huge number, even if they are put directly on the battlefield to participate in the battle, there will be no problem. Don't call it a Tauren village at all, but change its name to a Tauren military base. Qinfeng secretly sighed with emotion. Uncle Tishi, the Tauren's attribute is very high, you should be careful. As he spoke, he didn't wait for Tishi to reply. He charged directly at a tomahawk Tauren nearby. Halfway through, Qinfeng jumped with all his strength, leapt into the air, drew out the wolf saber, and slashed at the Tauren's neck fiercely. At the same time, Xiaoyan used the angel arming skills tacitly. The attribute of the sword has been raised to a higher level out of thin air. Brush. The saber flashed a dazzling cold light in midair, and passed all over the Tauren's neck, directly beheading its huge head. Slap. The Tauren didn't know what happened. He felt a pain in his neck, his eyes went dark, and then he lost consciousness and died completely. The sound of the body falling to the ground was perfectly covered by the boom sound of the Tauren crowd trampling on the ground. The Tauren in front didn't know at all. Behind them, there is a human being, like a god of death, harvesting their lives one by one. That's all. Qin Feng beheaded more than a dozen of them in a row, and the bull-headed man in front finally came to his senses and looked back at Qin Feng. I also saw the corpses of my companions all over the place. Immediately, his eyes became red, and he was panting heavily between his nose. Moo! Moo! He roared angrily at Qin Feng. And this roar seemed to be a signal, and more than 10 minotaurs stopped at the same time, turned around, and looked at Qin Feng with scarlet eyes. Subsequently, unanimously, they stepped forward and charged towards Qin Feng. Qin Feng only felt that in front of him, more than a dozen large trucks ran towards him at the same time, and the visual effect was extremely shocking. At the same time, the Tauren also sounded the war drum at the same time. The power of the Minotaur became even more violent. There was also a notification sound from Qin Feng's battle panel. Ding! You have been affected by battle drum shock, and all attributes have dropped by 10%. Seeing the prompt, Qin Feng didn't panic either. He called softly, Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan Xinyi and Qin Feng figured it out, instantly understood Qin Feng's meaning, and directly added a purification buff to Qin Feng. Remove all debuffs. At the same time immune to negative status for 1 minute. It's simply a magic skill. 1 minute. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly. It should be enough to kill you ugly monsters. Then, holding the saber, he also charged towards the Tauren army. Although your strength is great, it is still too low compared to me. Qin Feng sneered, the strongest attribute is not as good as mine. How do you fight me? With a distance of tens of meters from each other, it took Qin Feng only half a second to get close to a minotaur. Then with an abrupt sidestep, the saber slashed across like lightning. Boom! A huge battle axe struck Qin Feng's sword, but it failed to stop the sword from carving. The battle axe flew out directly. Then the saber continued to slash towards the Tauren's face unabated. The Tauren hadn't recovered from the shock of the tomahawk being sent flying, when he realized that the battle knife had reached his face. Pooh! A little cold light flashed. The Tauren's head was directly cut in half, and the body also fell directly to the rear, splashing countless dust. Moo! When the Minotaur saw his companion being instantly killed, instead of showing any fear, his eyes became redder, and he exploded at an even faster speed, charging towards Qin Feng. Puff! With a flash of cold light, a Tauren's chest was pierced. Qin Feng had already passed by and slashed down a Tauren's neck. A face-to-face. Another 2 Tauren were killed in seconds. Qin Feng used his strength and agility to the extreme, and his fighting skills also rose steadily. The Tauren couldn't stop Qin Feng's attack at all, and fell one after another. Tai Shi and the others at the edge of the battlefield were stunned. So strong, so fast, so high fighting skills. This Qin Feng's strength is too terrifying. Facing such a powerful Tauren, he can handle it with ease. Don't panic at all. And have you noticed that Qin Feng's fighting skills seem to be improving rapidly? Just now, he couldn't kill the Tauren with 1 blow, but now he is almost critical. Tai Shi touched his neck, feeling fearful. What's the matter with this kid? How come he specifically cut off the head of the Tauren? Although it's a bit more efficient, it's too scary. This is a beheading killer. The rest of the people nodded again and again. I have a deep understanding of this statement. After touching their necks and making sure that their heads were still on their bodies, several people breathed a sigh of relief. But still have lingering fears. He secretly decided in his heart that he would never provoke Qin Feng in this life. This kid is not only terrifying in strength, but also ruthless in his attacks. Whoever messes with who is unlucky. Chapter 24. Less than half a minute. More than a dozen minotaurs fell at Qin Feng's feet one after another. Qin Feng's level has finally been raised again. Came to level 13. Correspondingly, the accumulated attribute points for the upgrade also came to 15 points. Qin Feng has never thought about what attributes he should add. Take the warrior style, increase strength and agility, it will work. It makes sense to add mental strength and rely on skills to deal damage. Actually, I don't have much output ability. What I lack is the ability to save my life. How about adding all my physique? Would it be too timid to add physique? Besides, ordinary monsters can be killed in seconds. If Xiaoyan can't handle the monsters, I guess I will be killed in seconds even if I add all my physique. He pondered for a long time. In the end, Qin Feng evenly distributed the attribute points to strength and agility. One is that he likes the thrill of close combat, and the other is that the attribute points provided by the upgrade are too few. It's not as good as Xiao Yan's promotion to one level, so Qin Feng is self-willed. Too many attribute points means willfulness, even if it is wrong, it doesn't matter at all. After adding attribute points, Qin Feng looked at the properties panel. Open black lens bracket Qin Feng close black lens bracket. Grade 13. Occupation Angel Summoner. Strength 75. Constitution 72. Agility 67. Spirit 86. Summoned creature Holy Angel Xiaoyan, First Order Angel. Skill Angel Contract Active skill, you can contract an angel and turn it into your own summoned creature. Note: can only be used on angels. Divine Inheritance Passive LV1 inherit 1/10 of the basic attributes of summoned creatures. Holy Light Strike Active LV1 use the weapon in hand to deal a powerful blow to the enemy. This skill ignores 10% of the enemy's defense effect. Explosive Orb Active LV1 summons a light attribute energy ball, causing explosion damage to the enemy, and the singing time is 1 second. The Kanglang War Knife has inherited 1/10 of Xiaoyan's attributes. Almost all of Qin Feng's 4-dimensional attributes have broken through the 70-point mark. Moreover, this does not include the added attributes of Xiaoyan's angel arming. If counted, then Qin Feng's 4-dimensional attribute is almost close to 100 points. To know, for a level 20 fighter, the method of adding points to all strength, the strength value is also this value, and Qin Feng's 4-dimensional attributes are all close to 100 points. The gap between the two sides can be said to be a world of difference. If both sides were not wearing equipment, Qin Feng might be able to instantly kill a level 20 combat professional with a single blow. Qin Feng now finally has enough confidence to win the provincial champion of Fengxian province. Even in the face of those Tianzhao who have been taking Tiansai Bao since childhood, Qin Feng still feels that he has a great opportunity. Thinking of the bonus that the provincial champion can get, Qin Feng's heart is full of energy. He turned around and greeted a few people who were in a daze. Uncle Tishi, follow up. After finishing speaking, he couldn't wait to rush towards the center of the village. Brother Qin is addicted to killing. If I had this strength, I'd be addicted too. How can this be a minotaur? This is a walking experience, baby. After talking and laughing a few words, everyone followed suit. Qin Feng is a strong kid, and he is decisive in killing. In the distance, after seeing Qin Feng's performance, Sheng Guanyu did not hesitate to praise Qin Feng in his heart. This junior, I'm going to decide. And checked his information. His parents are both martyrs. Wang Chenghai, who raised him, is also a veteran. Such a person will have a strong sense of patriotism. After graduating from Shengjing University, he will be transferred to my father's army to practice. In the future, it may be impossible to add another general to Daxia. The more Sheng Guanyu thought about it, the more she felt that this matter could be accomplished. I can't wait to drag Qin Feng to Shengjing University now and train him well. But now is obviously not the time. So, she could only suppress the thoughts in her heart. Continue to chase after Qin Feng's figure. The very center of the Tauran village. Moo, moo. A terrifying minotaur with a height of more than 10 meters and a body covered with pitch-black scales let out an angry roar. The roar was like thunder, and the rubble on the roof fell to the ground, smashing into pieces. Across from it, it's 3 humans. One of them had white hair and a somewhat stooped figure, coughing non-stop. But his eyes have a sense of firmness that ordinary people can't match. This person is the dean that Qin Feng has been looking for a long time, Wang Chenghai. The age of the other 2 people did not look too young, their faces were wrinkled, and they were at least 60 years old. At this time, the state of the 3 of them was very bad. His whole body was in rags, his body was covered with large and small wounds, and his clothes were dyed red. Wang Chenghai looked at the other two, smiled bitterly and said, Dalei, Erlei, I didn't expect this bullhead king to be so strong. The three of us joined forces to sneak attack, but we couldn't cause fatal damage to it. This time I was the one who dragged you brothers down. If I hadn't insisted on dragging you into this dungeon, you wouldn't. Hear Wang Chenghai's words. The slightly older man immediately said, the old squad leader doesn't need to blame himself, it's all for the children. Our 2 old lives are not a pity, but the children in the 2 orphanages are pitiful. After losing our care, I'm afraid their living standards will drop a lot. Well, it turned out that the 2 brothers Dalei and Erlei were also soldiers when they were young, and they were soldiers under Wang Chenghai. When it was time for the 2 to retire, they all followed Wang Chenghai's example and applied to the state to become the director of an orphanage, taking on the responsibility of caring for the orphans of martyrs. Then, in order to improve the conditions of the orphanage, the 3 of them often formed teams to go out to kill monsters and collect materials. This time, the 3 of them discovered the secret realm, and decided to venture out once in order to let the children live a better life. But I didn't expect. In the end, this boss bullhead king is too perverted, and the 3 of them are no match at all when they work together. The plan for a risky sneak attack also failed. The 3 fell into the embarrassing situation of having no way to go to heaven and no way to go down to earth. Oh, Wang Chenghai also sighed. I was going to prepare a celebration banquet for Zhaofang's child, but now it seems that there is no such opportunity. Zhaofang. The children in the orphanage will depend on you. After taking a long breath, the hands of Wang Chenghai and Dalei Erlei were tightly held together. Closed eyes, waiting for the arrival of the last moment. All the past flashed by like a movie. I, Wang Chenghai, defended my family and the country when I was young. Guarded the territory. When I am old, I have not forgotten my mission. I have raised many orphans of martyrs for the country. I have no regrets in my life. In this life, I have no regrets about entering the great summer, and I wish to be a flower planter in my next life. But at this moment, Wang Chenghai was waiting to die. A clear youthful voice came into Wang Chenghai's ears. Grandpa Dean, don't despair, Zhaofang is here. Chapter 25. Boom. The sound of the explosion rang in Wang Chenghai's ears. He opened his eyes suspiciously. He saw a back that was not tall, but was like a mountain, blocking in front of him. Help yourself to fend off the Tauren's battle axe. The scene was shocking and confusing. Wang Chenghai rubbed his eyes, only to realize that he was not mistaken, but his tone was still a little puzzled. Zhaofang. Qin Feng used all his strength to split the Tauren king's battle axe. He turned his head and smiled brightly, revealing 2 rows of neat and white teeth. Grandpa Dean, Uncle Dalei Erlei, here I come. You. After seeing Qin Feng's handsome face, Wang Chenghai was even more confused. I'm not dreaming. Didn't you just change jobs? How is this possible? Erlei nodded again and again. Zhaofang, have you taken gunpowder? This is too fierce. Go, go. Dalei kicked his younger brother. What nonsense are you talking about in front of the child? Grandpa Dean, the 2 uncles. Qin Feng smiled and didn't care. I'll take care of the bullhead king first, and we'll talk later. You step back a little bit. While speaking, the attack of the Tauren king has come again. Well done. Qin Feng yelled, without any hesitation, raised his saber, and slashed at the Tao king's axe with all his strength. Boom. Qin Feng only felt a strong force coming from his arm, and he almost couldn't hold the saber in his hand, and his body stepped back 3 steps in a row. After stepping on a deep hole in the ground, he stabilized his body. On the other hand, it was not easy for the bullhead king. Qin Feng's knife was equally powerful, and the bullhead king's upper body fell backwards directly after being chopped off. It quickly supported the house next to it with its hands, and it avoided the fate of falling. Use this opportunity. The 3 of Wang Chenghai also ran to the rear in a hurry, joining Tishi and the others. At the same time, Qin Feng also checked the attribute information of the Tauren king with identification technique. Bullhead King, Bronze Boss. Grade 18. Strength 85. Constitution 94. Agility 75. Spirit 74. Skill. Hard skin reduces all damage received by oneself by 10%. Rage and Rage active skill. Increase all attributes by 20%. Horn charge active skill. The Bullhead King launches a charge, causing impact damage to the target, and causing the place to be knocked into the air for 1 second. Sharp axe slash active skill. Wielding a sharp axe, launching a slash attack. When using the skill, the power attribute increases by 20%. Frenzied trampling active skill. Trampling the ground with hooves, causing a stun effect within a range of 5 meters, lasting 0.5 seconds. Introduction. 100 years ago, this tribe was still a quiet and peaceful human village, but, until one day, a dark magician passed by here. On this peaceful tribe, a despicable black magic was used, turning everyone into a terrifying half-bull, half-human monster. Perhaps, only death can completely lift this terrifying curse. The attributes of the bronze boss Bullhead King were ridiculously high, almost surpassing Qin Feng in an unarmed state. What's even more perverted is that this boss also has a passive skill that avoids damage, and a berserk skill that increases its own attributes. This widened the attribute gap between it and Qin Feng. It's no wonder that Qin Feng will be at a disadvantage in the confrontation with the Bullhead King. More importantly, this Taurus King has 3 other active skills, both of which carry control effects. It can be said that it is a nightmare for humans of the same level. Once it is controlled by a skill, the fate of death has been predetermined. Fortunately, I have Xiaoyan's purification effect, and the 2 skills of the Tauran King have been abolished. Although Xiaoyan is armed, my attributes are still not as good as it. But only by challenging such a boss can my strength improve faster. Thinking of this, Qin Feng temporarily suppressed his plan to let Xiaoyan take action. Choose to fight against the Bullhead King first. If you really can't beat it, it's not too late to let Xiaoyan make a move. Xiaoyan, armed with angels. Received. Xiaoyan's sweet voice sounded, and then enchanted the wolf sword. While making the sword look cold, it also adds a gorgeous temperament. Come on, beast. Let me see your strength. Feeling the rising strength, Qin Feng also became very proud. He directly raised his saber, leapt into the air, and slashed towards the Bullhead King. Moo! The Bullhead King spewed out 2 streams of hot air from his nose, his eyes flashed with unshakable light, he swung his tomahawk, and slashed at Qin Feng with all his strength. Slash with a sharp axe. Increase your strength by 20%, don't force it. Qin Feng twisted his body slightly in midair, and dodged the battle axe. While dodging, Qin Feng raised his saber again, and slashed at the arm of the Bullhead King. Pooh! A cold light flashed. Although the saber cut into the arm, it was blocked by the tough arm bone of the Tauran King. It failed to cut off its entire arm directly. Qin Feng was not disappointed either. The Bullhead King's attributes were very high, and he didn't expect to make the Bullhead King's arm injured with 1 blow. He was already very satisfied. Subsequently, he kicked the Tauran King's body directly, and retreated violently with his strength. When the Bullhead King attacked again, Qin Feng was already 10 meters away. Moo! The Bullhead King was completely angry, and directly used the berserk skill. All attributes were enhanced by 20%. Its eyes turned red. The whole cow seemed to have lost its mind. Hu Chong smashed the surrounding houses and turned them into wreckage. Then roared and ran towards Qin Feng. Although the strength has become stronger, the wisdom has declined a bit. After Qin Feng saw the state of the Bullhead King, he knew that the Bullhead King had lost his mind. Turned into a monster that only knows how to attack. I shouldn't confront him head-on, take advantage of the surrounding environment and wisdom. Qin Feng is extremely calm, making use of the environment, focusing on defense, and when he finds an opportunity, he will strike back. The 2 sides fought crazily. One side is tyrannical, taking advantage of its strength and attacking indiscriminately. The other party was full of wisdom and kept moving around, leaving wounds one after another on the body of the Bullhead King. Only a few minutes passed. The bull-headed king with dozens of wounds on his body was seriously injured and moved slowly. Then Qin Feng pierced the bull-headed king's thin waist and neck with a knife. Release. Relieve. After the knife was pulled out, the bullhead king let out a wail, and his huge body fell to the ground, completely dead. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Chapter 26. Several people watching the battle were a little dumbfounded. Tishi and the others knew Qin Feng's strength, so they performed well. But the two brothers, Wang Chenghai and Dalei and Erlei, both opened their mouths wide, looking extremely shocked. Is this really Zhao Feng? Wang Chenghai murmured. Zhao Feng can kill the bronze boss at level 18 just after he changed his job. What kind of job did he change his job to? Hey, old squad leader, this time you have cultivated a remarkable character. Yeah, Qin Feng has just changed his job so much, if he grows up completely, it's okay. Not to mention improving the environment of the orphanage, even if we renovate the orphanages in the whole city, it won't be there at all. Let's talk. Dalei and Erlei also looked excited. Wang Chenghai looked at Tai Shi and asked, Brother Tai Shi, do you know what profession Xiao Yan changed to? I don't know. Tai Shi smiled wryly. I only know that Qin Feng should be a summoning class. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. A row of signals flashed across the heads of the three of Wang Chenghai. Are you kidding me here? The knife slashed the bullhead king. It turns out I'm a summoner. Is there any reason for him? So what is my profession as a soldier? Is it a vegetable cutter? While Wang Chenghai was happy for Qin Feng, he also felt that his life was wasted. Alas, people are better than people, so mad. Not far in the direction. Sheng Guanyu also looked depressed. What happened to this Qin Feng? Refreshing her cognition again and again. She was thinking. Qin Feng must not be able to fight this time, so she must help out in person, right? Her arrows were already on the bowstring. As a result, he just watched Qin Feng hack the bullhead king to death one by one. Let her plan to gain favorability fail again. Okay, Qin Feng, you're really good. Sheng Guanyu bit her lips. I'm committed to you. I don't believe it. I haven't found a chance to save you yet. In the middle of the battlefield. Brush. A gorgeous light. It landed on the bodies of Qin Feng and Xiao Yan. At the same time, there is also a prompt sound from the personal information panel. Ding. You killed the Bullhead King, level 18 bronze boss, and you will be rewarded with 12,000 experience points. Your level has been raised to level 13. Xiao Yan's level has been raised to level 6. Woohoo takes off. Finally upgraded again. As expected of a secret dungeon, this experience value is much more than that of monsters in the wild. Just a normal level dungeon allowed him to upgrade from level 11 to level 13. This speed even surprised Qin Feng. Brush. At this time, a ray of light also shone from the huge body of the Tauren King. This light is blue, the light that belongs exclusively to the bronze treasure chest. Another bronze treasure chest, developed. I don't know if we can continue to develop the parts of the safari suit. With excitement, Qin Feng directly put his hand on the treasure chest. Slap. The lock on the treasure chest fell off. The treasure chest opened slowly. A bronze boot and a bottle of potion appeared in the treasure chest. Zhao Feng, let's take a look at the attributes of the equipment and potions. At this time, several people from Wang Chenghai also came up from behind, looked at the treasure box and said, Aha. Qin Feng agreed. Used identify on 2 items. At the same time, the attributes of the items are shared. Safari boots, safari set 1/3. Grade. Bronze. Grade. 13. Strength. +1 Constitution. +10. Agility. +2 Category. Light armor, equipable. Safari suit, 3 pieces, increase the wearer's agility attribute by 5%. Very good. After Qin Feng saw the attributes of the equipment, he was so excited that he almost jumped out. It is another piece of the safari suit. After adding the safari armor, Qin Feng can successfully activate the attributes of the suit as long as he collects 1 piece. Qin Feng didn't hesitate either, just enough level. Just equip the safari armor and boots. After the armor and boots are equipped, they automatically change in size and fit on Qin Feng's body. It made him look a bit majestic, full of domineering feelings. Subsequently, everyone's eyes turned to the potion again. Open black lens bracket power potion close black lens bracket. Grade. D grade. Attribute. After taking it, it can increase the strength attribute by 2 points. Restrictions. The same type of potion of the same grade, if taken more than 5 times, will lose its effect. Good luck. He actually opened a bottle of strengthening potion directly. Qin Feng was poor since he was a child, and he had never drank attribute potions, so naturally he would not exceed the limit of 5 times. Immediately pulled out the cork of the medicine bottle. He poured the potion into his mouth. The moment the medicine enters the throat, it turned into a warm current, rushing to the limbs and bones. Qin Feng felt itchy all over his body. His muscles got stronger and his body got stronger. From the outside, it seems that it is not as weak as before. The muscles are also full of a streamlined beauty. At the same time, there is also a prompt from the panel. Open black lens bracket ding. You have taken a strength potion, and the strength attribute is +2. Close black lens bracket. Not bad, not bad. Wang Chenghai squeezed Qin Feng's arm. Based on Zhao Feng's current appearance, I don't know how many girls he will be fascinated by. Ha ha ha. Dale also laughed. If I didn't have a granddaughter, I would have married my granddaughter to Zhao Feng. Qin Feng blushed. I smiled embarrassedly, then suddenly remembered something, and hurriedly called out. Xiao Yan, come out and meet the dean's grandfather and Dale and Uncle Dale. The voice fell. The sacred light shone on the wolf's sword. Xiao Yan's figure appeared in front of everyone. Even Qin Feng, who saw Xiao Yan often, was still amazed by Xiao Yan's appearance, let alone other people. Seeing that everyone was in a daze, Qin Feng quickly coughed twice, raised his voice and said, Grandpa Dean, Uncle Dale and Uncle Lei, this is Xiao Yan, an angel. Xiao Yan has met the principal's grandfather, Uncle Dale and Uncle Lei. Xiao Yan bowed and smiled sweetly. Hey, okay. Wang Chenghai looked at Xiao Yan like a grandson's wife, leaned into Qin Feng's ear, and said softly, What kind of angel are you? Can you give me a great-grandson? Qin Feng. Chapter 27. Is this being urged to marry? Qin Feng touched his nose. Glancing at Xiao Yan, he felt a little embarrassed. Seeing Qin Feng looking over, Xiao Yan blinked his big eyes, and called out sweetly, Brother Qin. Qin Feng's teenage heart is about to melt. Marry Xiao Yan. It seems that it is not impossible. No, no, no. Qin Feng quickly dismissed this dangerous thought. Although Kahiko is big, but Qin Feng still regards her as a child in his heart. This matter. Well, at least not yet. Grandpa Dean. Qin Feng smiled. Xiao Yan is still young, don't talk nonsense. Okay, okay. Wang Chenghai looked at Qin Feng and smiled. Okay, you two want to reminisce about the old days, and there is still plenty of time in the future. At this time, Tai Shi came up. Let's leave the secret realm first, it looks gloomy here, and it's uncomfortable to stay here. Hear what Ironstone said. Everyone can do nothing. After some rest, under the body of the Bullhead King, he found a teleportation array. Everyone stood on top of the teleportation array, the light flickered slightly, and after experiencing a feeling of weightlessness, everyone was teleported out. However, after seeing the scene in front of them clearly, everyone felt very puzzled. Because this is not the Gale Plain at all, but inside a dark castle. As everyone stepped foot, the wall lamp on the castle wall suddenly lit up. Exudes a faint green light. It looked very scary. Shouldn't we be returning to the Wildwind Plain? Tai Shi scratched his head, very puzzled. How did we teleport here? Could it be the castle of the Black Mage? Qin Feng thought of the description information of the Bullhead King. The Tauren King was originally a human being, but after being cursed by a black magician, he became half human, half bull. Could it be that this is the castle where the Black Mage lived? The castle of the Black Mage. Tai Shi was stunned for a moment, and then suddenly exclaimed, Brother Qin, you guessed it right. Quickly look at the personal information panel. A brand new character has appeared. The people heard the cry of Ironstone. Quickly check the personal information panel. Secret Realm. Castle of the Black Mage. Recommended level. 18 to 21. Difficulty. Difficult. Requirements for customs clearance. Kill the Black Magician Lorraine, silver level boss. Description. The castle where the Black Magician Lorraine lives. The power of black magic is floating around the castle. Be careful of the power of black magic, because it can turn you into a half-human, half-beast monster. Close black lens bracket. When everyone had just read the secret information. Brush. Another dazzling light flashed. A tall, beautiful woman, wearing leather armor and carrying a bow and arrow, just appeared in everyone's sight. Huh, where is this? The beautiful woman yelled suspiciously. Then he felt the side direction, as if something was staring at him, so he quickly turned his head and looked. As a result, the two groups of people looked at each other awkwardly. The moment Shangguan Yu saw Qin Feng, her face turned red. It's over. Why is there still room to hide? This club is dead. Qin Feng won't know that I'm following him. If this gets out, where will I put the face of a big girl like me? How to do? Shangguan Yu wished she could just find a crack in the ground and sneak in. Qin Feng was also dumbfounded when he saw Shangguan Yu. What's the matter with this big beauty? Why does your face turn red when you see yourself? I know I'm handsome, but I'm not that handsome, right? Qin Feng coughed twice and asked, Excuse me, are you? Shangguan Yu just wanted to say that he was the special envoy of Shengjing University, but suddenly felt something was wrong. As soon as I said it myself, isn't that exposed? So he quickly changed his words, I am a passing adventurer, and I also accidentally discovered the secret realm, so I came in to have a look. I didn't expect there to be a hidden space here, what a coincidence. After Shangguan Yu finished speaking, she didn't believe it. Not to mention Qin Feng and the others. The moment Shangguan Yu appeared, Qin Feng and the others used identification techniques to investigate. Open black lens bracket name. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket level. 30 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket profession. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket skill. Close black lens bracket. Although Shangguan Yu hid other information. But the level information is not hidden. So everyone knew that Shangguan Yu was a second-turn professional. A second turn, happened to come to the Windy Plain, and happened to discover the secret realm. How about cheating ghosts? Killing low-level monsters on the Windy Plain in the second round probably doesn't even have experience points. Seeing everyone staring at him suspiciously, Shangguan Yu blushed even more, stomped her feet and said, Forget it, let me tell you, I'm just 4. The words are not finished yet. Ha 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 ha. From the depths of the castle, there was a burst of eerie laughter, which interrupted Shangguan Yu's words. Immediately afterwards, a creature hidden under the black robe, whose body was floating in midair, flew in front of everyone. The black-robed creature held a black lacquered staff in its hand, and gave a slight salute to everyone. It's been a long time since human beings have set foot on my territory, and I've almost forgotten the taste of human flesh. You guys came just in time. After finishing speaking, another eerie laugh broke out. This is Lorraine, the black mage. When Lorraine was laughing, Qin Feng secretly threw an appraisal spell in the past. Suddenly Lorraine's message appeared in front of his eyes. Black mage Lorraine, silver 3 stars. Level 20. Strength 133. Constitution 123. Speed 119. Spirit 174. Skill Dark Magic Affinity. All black magic skills, damage increased by 50%. Dark Magic Ball. Active skill, launch black energy magic ball, attack the enemy. Curse of Darkness. Active skill, activates the power of the curse, turning the target into an animal form. The duration is related to the spiritual attribute. The higher the spiritual attribute, the shorter the time. The shortest is not less than 3 seconds. During animal form, all attributes are reduced by half, and skills cannot be released. Conditions for judging the transformation into an animal. The mental strength is lower than that of Roland, and the skill is 100% successful. Mental strength is higher than that of Lorraine, and the skill has a 30% chance of success. Closing parenthesis. Chapter 28. Although Lorraine only has 3 skills, but the curse skills in it are really terrible. In the audience, except for Shangguan Yu, none of the spiritual attributes of everyone was higher than that of Luo Lan. That is to say, Lorraine's use of the curse skill will definitely succeed, turning them into animals, reducing their attribute values by half, plus Lorraine's super high spiritual attributes. I'm afraid that one skill can instantly kill them all in animal form. This boss is like a nightmare. Shangguan Yu obviously also saw Luo Lan's skills. She took 2 steps, stepped in front of everyone, and blocked everyone behind her. You are not his opponent. Let me come, you just hide. As he spoke, he took off the longbow on his back and held it in his hand. Miraculously, there were no arrows on the longbow, but the moment Shang Guanyu pulled the bowstring, a white arrow with a cold light appeared automatically. The cold glow emitted by the arrows. Even Qin Feng felt a palpitation. He knew that even if he was armed with an angel, it would be absolutely impossible for him to take this arrow. In the same way, it is absolutely impossible for Lorraine to follow this arrow. The only ending for Lorraine is to be killed by one arrow. This is not in line with Qin Feng's plan. He quickly reached out his hand to stop Shang Guanyu, and said, "Don't do anything. If you do, this silver boss will probably be wasted, and the silver treasure box won't explode." Ha! Shang Guanyu was stunned for a moment, but still obeyed Qin Feng's words, and put down the bow and arrow. "Could it be that your spiritual attribute is higher than that of Luo Lan?" "Not really." Qin Feng shook his head. "However, I have a skill that is immune to all negative effects, so Lorraine's control skills have no effect on me at all." Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Everyone was dumbfounded, and Shang Guanyu opened his mouth even more, his face full of disbelief. A skill that is immune to negative effects. Purification. Isn't that a priest's skill? Aren't you a summoner? How do you know I'm a summoner? Qin Feng was stunned for a moment. He hid his profession, so he shouldn't be detected. It's over. It's exposed. How did Qin Feng's head turn so fast? Shang Guanyu's thoughts changed sharply. Didn't I see her? Shang Guanyu pointed to Xiao Yan. She is not a human being at first glance. She must be a summoned creature, so I have this guess. Is that so? Although Qin Feng was skeptical, he didn't think too much, nodded and said, "That's right, this purification skill is Xiao Yan's skill, and it can also be used on me." Shang Guanyu nodded, pondered for a while. It reminded me of the scene where Qin Feng beheaded the Bullhead King. Coupled with the effect of purification skills, it shouldn't be too difficult to kill Lorraine. Then, Shang Guanyu took 2 steps back to make room for Qin Feng. As a result, Qin Feng made a movement that surprised everyone, reached out and touched Xiaoyan's head, and said softly, "Xiaoyan, go ahead, kill him in seconds." For Qin Feng, Lorraine only has one magic ball skill. It doesn't make much sense to hone your fighting skills. Qin Feng was too lazy to do anything. Besides, Xiaoyan has a natural restraint effect on this kind of black magic, and the skill attack power will be doubled. Coupled with Xiaoyan's current attributes. Holy Angel. Kahiko. Grade. First grade Angel. Level. 6. Strength. 194. Physique. 216. Speed. 207. Spirit. 339. Xiaoyan's level has been raised to level 6, and almost all attributes have broken through to 200 points, completely crushing Luolin, and there is no pressure at all to kill Luolin in an instant. Okay, brother. Xiaoyan nodded, flapped his wings, and flew into the air, facing Luo Lan far away. Ah! Wang Chenghai was stunned, and looked at Qin Feng. "Zhaofeng, Xiaoyan still has the ability to fight. As far as I know, the creatures summoned by the summoner also need to be cultivated and upgraded slowly. You just changed jobs. Can Xiaoyan do it?" "Hey, President Wang, don't worry." Before Qin Feng could speak, Tai Shi said first, "This Xiaoyan is very powerful. Let me tell you, Xiaoyan's Holy Light Storm skill." Just as Tishi was pulling Wang Chenghai to speak. "I like eating little girls' meat the most." Lorraine attacked Xiaoyan with a wry smile. Curse of darkness. A jet of black energy suddenly appeared above Xiaoyan's head, but before the energy got close, it was dispersed by the holy light emitted by Xiaoyan's body. This. How is this possible? The Loran people were dumbfounded and exclaimed in disbelief. "My curse skills have never failed. This is absolutely impossible." He swung his staff, and another curse skill landed on Xiaoyan's head, but it's useless. Nothing works. That's it. Xiaoyan imitated Qin Feng's catchphrase, and then appeared in front of Luo Lan in an instant. A gigantic sword suddenly appeared in Xiaoyan's hand, and then slashed down fiercely. Holy slash! The giant sword shot out a holy light, and the light flashed across Lorraine's body. Lorraine didn't have any strength to resist at all, and was directly purified by the power of the holy light. Not even a speck of ashes remained. As if it had never appeared in this world. Slap! A gorgeous silver treasure chest fell from the void to the ground, emitting a dazzling light. Woohoo is done. Qin Feng stepped forward with a face of joy, pinched Xiao Yan's pretty face. You did a good job. Hee hee. Xiao Yan smiled brightly. Thank you, brother, for the compliment. Afterwards, Xiao Yan shrunk down to the size of a thumb, hung it on Qin Feng's ear, and swayed back and forth like a swing, looking extremely happy. Qin Feng smiled. Look towards the treasure chest. What will come out of this silver treasure chest? With anticipation, Qin Feng directly attached his palm to the treasure chest. After a few breaths, the treasure chest opened slowly. A gauntlet and a card appeared in Qin Feng's hand. The gauntlets are silver, ornately shaped, with intricate patterns carved on them. Qin Feng uses appraisal to view attributes. Safari gauntlets, Safari set. Grade: Silver 1 star. Level: 15. Strength: +2-4. Constitution: +2-1. Agility: +1-8. Skill: Safari passive, +10 points of agility. Category: Light armor, equipable. Safari suit, 3 pieces, increase the wearer's agility attribute by 5%. Chapter 29. It turned out to be a piece of silverware, and it was also part of the safari suit. Qin Feng became extremely happy when he saw the attributes of the wrist brace. He was wondering where to get the last piece of the safari suit, but he didn't expect this silver box to give him an extra surprise. The strength, physique and agility attributes are added quite a lot, almost more perverted than the attributes added by the main weapon. As expected of silver-level equipment, the black iron equipment of the Kanglang sword is nothing compared to it. The only fly in the ointment is that the level requirement is 15. For Qin Feng, he can't equip it yet, but with his attributes and upgrade speed, he can probably upgrade to level 15 in less than 3 to 5 days. So I put the wristbands in the backpack first. The rest of the people naturally didn't have any opinions on the ownership of the equipment. After all, they lay flat all the way and were very satisfied with getting some basic experience points. Zhaofeng, let's see what the other card is. Wang Chenghai said as he walked up and looked at the pitch-black card. Qin Feng nodded and shared the card information. Open black lens bracket Lorraine's magic card. Close black lens bracket enchanted card. Effect. After use, increase the spiritual attribute of the blade by 20 points, and last for 1 hour. Description. The enchantment card left by Lorraine, which contains a trace of black magic power, which can be used to strengthen weapons. Remaining uses: 10 times. It turned out to be a rare enchanted card. And the attribute of the card is to increase the mental attribute by 20 points. This attribute is already very high. To know. The silver wristband that Qin Feng just obtained had a single attribute value of just over 20 points. The added attributes of this card can be compared with silverware, so one can imagine how precious it is. On the market, it is absolutely priceless. The only disadvantage is that it can only be used 10 times, which is 1 less time. But Qin Feng conservatively estimated. The final price of this card will not be less than 200,000 universal coins. Sure enough, as Qin Feng expected, just after he shared the information of the card, Sheng Guanyu, who was standing by the side, felt a little moved and said, Qin Feng, this card is useful to me, how about selling it to me? I'll offer 250,000. Qin Feng pondered for a moment, then said, actually, this boss can be regarded as being given to me by you. How about it? Let's not pay 250,000. You can pay the lowest price in the market, and 200,000 will be fine. For Sheng Guanyu, although Qin Feng doesn't know her origin. But the moment Lorraine appeared, she stepped up quickly and protected everyone behind her. Just because of this, Qin Feng developed a good impression of Sheng Guanyu. Of course, it is not love, but appreciation for this person. Deliberately, if Sheng Guanyu knew what Qin Feng was thinking. I'm afraid I will vomit blood. Depressed. Good guy. She tried every means to increase her favorability but failed, and it turned out that this little thing that she didn't pay attention to made Qin Feng have a good impression. Aren't her actions in front of her a waste of effort? Yeah, Sheng Guanyu nodded. Then I won't be polite. Because there was no signal in the secret realm, the two agreed to go back to the city before making a deal. In this way, the effort of the two talking. In the dark castle, another magic teleportation array finally appeared. Everyone stepped into the teleportation array, and after experiencing a feeling of weightlessness, they finally returned to the windy plain again. See the familiar grassland again. Qin Feng and the others felt as if they had passed away. Fortunately, the final result was good. The dean and Tai Shi were all safely rescued by Qin Feng. Qin Feng was also very proud in his heart. The result of this operation can also be called perfect. At the same time, when everyone exited the dungeon space, the teleportation light gate from outside also slowly disappeared. Qin Feng was finally able to complete the system's check-in task. He walked to the coordinates and thought to himself, "System, sign in." Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the sign-in. You will be rewarded with 3 stars for signing in. You will be rewarded with a piece of gold equipment, Holy Silver Spear. The equipment has been stored in the system space, and the host can access it at any time. FK. The 3-star reward turned out to be a piece of gold equipment. The system is awesome. System YYDS. Qin Feng forced himself to hold back, so he didn't make a loud noise, but he was holding back enough that his body trembled slightly. Shang Guanyu, who was resting at the side, noticed his strangeness and seemed to come over. Qin Feng, what are you doing? It's not good for the public, right? Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Qin Feng was stunned. I suspect you are pulling me on the highway. I didn't expect you to be such Shang Guanyu. He coughed twice and said, "It's nothing, I just successfully rescued the dean's grandfather, I'm happier." After finishing speaking, Qin Feng paused for a moment before asking. Speaking of which, what do you do? How do you know my name is Qin Feng? Do you know my occupation? Quote. Shang Guanyu was silent for a moment, took 2 deep breaths and said, "Qin Feng, I won't hide it from you. I am the special envoy of Shengjing University. You were specially recruited to enter the school. Are you willing to accept my invitation to enter Shengjing University?" Qin Feng's performance has already conquered Shang Guanyu. She didn't want to miss such an arrogance. Simply don't care about that much, just say it openly. After speaking, she looked at Qin Feng expectantly. A special envoy from Shengjing University. Qin Feng nodded, then shook his head again. I may not be able to accept your invitation. Why? Shengjing University is also ranked among the top 3 prestigious schools in the building, you can't miss this almost. Shang Guanyu was anxious. Yes, Zhaofeng, it is such an honor to be specially recruited into Shengjing University, how can you refuse? Wang Changhai also said. Brother Qin, Shengjing University is one of the 4 famous universities in Daxia. Those who can graduate from it have reached the rank 2 or above. Don't miss this opportunity. Several members of the Ironstone team also persuaded. Oh. Qin Feng waved his hand and said with a smile, listen to me. I'm not going to stop. I mean, can I go after the college entrance examination? After all, the provincial champion of the college entrance examination has a bonus of 1 million. And there is also a B-level training resource, you can't miss it. Chapter 30. Is it the number 1 student in the college entrance examination in Fengxian province? Hearing Qin Feng's bold words, Shang Guanyu nodded thoughtfully. Then I will help you succeed in advance. She stood up and patted Qin Feng on the shoulder. I am optimistic about you, come on. Regardless of whether you become the champion or not, you must come to our Shengjing University. I am waiting for you. After finishing speaking, Shang Guanyu didn't stay any longer, took his leave and left. Soon, her figure disappeared from everyone's sight. Zhaofeng, since you have this goal, then keep working hard towards it, I believe in you. Wang Changhai also stood up from the ground and said. It seems that you don't plan to go back to the city for the time being, so you should be more careful. Your 2 uncles and I will go back first. Okay, Grandpa Dean. Qin Feng nodded. I put all the school bonuses with Aunt Li. After you go back, feel free to use it. With my strength, it is not difficult to make money. Okay. Wang Changhai was very happy. Zhaofeng has grown up, so I feel relieved. After saying goodbye, Wang Changhai and Dalei and Erlei walked towards the city. Seeing this, Tishi patted his butt and stood up. Brother Qin, it seems that you are not worried about your elders. How about this? Our Ironstone team is going back to the city to rest, so let's go back with them. Then thank you, Uncle Tishi. Thanks Qin Feng. Then Iron Stone team also left. Only Qin Feng stood there by himself, looking at the background of everyone leaving for a long, long time. Perhaps the road to becoming stronger is doomed to be lonely. Qin Feng took a few deep breaths, and after sorting out his thoughts, he chose a direction at random and started his leveling journey. Time passed slowly. In the blink of an eye, 7 days had passed. Qin Feng climbed over a mountain and came to a mountain range where the ground and trees were pitch black. This place is no longer within the scope of the Wild Wind Plain. Qin Feng checked through the map that the name of this mountain range should be Haifeng Mountain Range. The level of monsters in this mountain range is not low, basically around level 18. Those who can enter here are all experienced adventurers, who are no longer satisfied with killing low-level monsters in the Wind Mountain Range, and want to get a further improvement here. Qin Feng also had the same idea. The big exam is coming. He found that the upgrade efficiency of killing monsters such as gray wolves and bulls in the Windy Plain was too slow, and it could no longer satisfy his appetite. If you want to get a quick upgrade, you can only go to the area with a higher level of monsters. With this in mind, Qin Feng arrived in the Black Wind Mountain Range after a 7-day trek. It is worth mentioning that Qin Feng has not been idle during these 7 days, and has already raised his level to level 14, which is only one level away from equipping the Hunter's Gauntlet and the Holy Silver Spear. At the same time, Xiaoyan's level has also been raised to level 9, which is not too far away from advancing. The only fly in the ointment was that the number of wild bosses was too small. Qin Feng didn't even encounter one in 7 days, so he didn't harvest any treasure chests. At the same time, I don't know if Qin Feng's luck was used to save Wang Chenghai. In the past 7 days, the check-in tasks have not been refreshed in Qin Feng's vicinity. Qin Feng was not discouraged either. After all, giving up the opportunity to sign in will make the rewards better next time. He saw that the rewards for signing in had accumulated to 5 stars, and he was quite excited. I can't wait to give up a few more times, accumulate 10 stars directly, sign in again and an angel will come out. But this was just Qin Feng's thinking. He found that when the sign-in reward was upgraded from 3 stars to 4 stars, he used 2 chances, while from 4 stars to 5 stars, he gave up 4 times before he was promoted. It can be seen that in order to reward stars, the number of times you need to give up is multiplied. For Qin Feng, the current 3-star rewards are quite sufficient, so it is not mandatory to accumulate 10 stars. Just waiting for the task location to be refreshed nearby, Qin Feng will not wait any longer and will complete the task directly. Qin Feng was thinking slowly, while constantly exploring forward. Just walked out of a distance of not a few hundred meters. A gentle breeze blew over, and a strong smell of blood wafted in the air. In this bloody smell, there is also a hint of fruity aroma. Hey, how come there is a fruity aroma here? Could it be that some natural treasures have matured? Qin Feng sniffed the air vigorously, his eyes lit up. After taking the strength potion, Qin Feng became very interested in Tiansai Dabao and strengthening potions. Who doesn't love things that can directly improve physical attributes? What's more, for Qin Feng, a poor kid who has not even eaten a single treasure from heaven and earth since he was a child, the attraction is very fatal to him. Immediately, he faced the breeze and dived in the direction of the smell. The breeze blows and the smell wafts. The closer to that place, the stronger the smell of blood and the stronger the fruity smell. At the same time, the direction the smell comes from. There were also the sounds of humans shouting and fighting. It seems to be fighting fiercely with some kind of beast. Looks like it should be close to the destination. Qin Feng was pleasantly surprised and accelerated the speed of sneaking. A few minutes later, he came to a depression with abundant vegetation. Through the gap in the bushes, Qin Feng finally saw the situation in the arena clearly. Just in front of a wide field, 4 people are fighting a terrifying big snake. The ages of the 4 humans are all 18 or 19, about the same age as Qin Feng. It doesn't look like a material hunter, because most of the material hunters are forced by life to come to the dangerous wild to take risks and kill monsters, collect materials and sell them for money. And everyone in this team is wearing equipment that is not lower than bronze. One of the girls with a high ponytail was wearing a gleaming silver robe of a gorgeous mage, and the boots under her feet were also shining with the light of silverware. Obviously, this girl was wearing a whole body of silver equipment. What's even more exaggerated is that the magic staff in her hand shone with a gorgeous luster unique to gold equipment. Qin Feng conservatively estimated that the total value of the opponent's equipment would not be less than 30 million. And look at the opponent's level. Actually reached level 15. One level higher than Qin Feng. Which is this eldest lady, who has gone out of the city to practice. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.